The subject of this video is how to expand quadratics or double brackets. But before we get on to that, I just wanted to remind ourselves on how we expand a single bracket. To expand brackets, it means we want to take the bracket out. And in order to do that, we have to multiply whatever is on the outside of the bracket by both the first and the second term inside the bracket. So here we have 2 on the outside, and then on the inside we have 7x plus 3. So firstly, we're going to multiply the 7x by the 2 on the outside. And that will give us 14x. For the second term, we're going to multiply the same 2 by the 3 on the end. 2 times 3 is 6. That 3 is a positive, so the final expression is plus 6. 2 times brackets 7x plus 3 expands to 14x plus 6. Now we're going to look at expanding 2 sets of brackets, and once we've expanded them, we'll have a quadratic expression, which means we'll have an expression that starts off x squared. So when we're expanding 2 brackets, the first thing to remember is we need to be able to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. And we need some notation to ensure that we remember to do that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to draw on my working the pairs of numbers that I'm going to multiply together. So first of all, that line indicates I'm going to multiply x by x. That's where I get my x squared from. I'm now going to multiply that x by the 3 in the second bracket. X multiplied by 3 gives me 3x. They're both positive. So that's everything multiplied by the first term. I'm now going to go through the same process and multiply it by the second term. So the 2 multiplied by the x, that gives me 2x. And lastly, the 2 multiplied by the 3, that gives me a positive 6. Now you can see the shape that I've drawn. It's commonly referred to as a claw. So if you get this shape, as you've gone through the brackets, you know that you've dealt with all of the terms. Multiplying out the brackets like this means I have an x squared term on its own and a number on its own, but you'll see in the middle I have 2 x terms. And my rules of simplification mean I can add these 2 together. So x squared doesn't alter. 3x plus 2x gives me 5x. And the 6 on the end, well, that doesn't change either. So from the 2 brackets, I've now got a quadratic expression of x squared plus 5x plus 6. You'll see from this expression that I had pluses in both of my brackets. In my second example, I've got a plus in the first bracket, but in the second bracket, I've got a negative. So that means when I multiply it out, I've got to be very careful how I'm multiplying out negative numbers. The process, however, is exactly the same. This time 4z multiplied by z gives me 4z squared. 4z multiplied by minus 2 gives me a minus 8z. Remember I said be careful, you're multiplying a negative. Then I'm multiplying the second term by the first term in the second bracket. 5 times z gives me a positive 5z. That negative belongs to the 2. 5 multiplied by negative 2 gives me a negative 10. And if I look at my expression again, I can simplify these two in the middle. 4z squared minus 8z plus 5z leaves me with minus 3z, minus 10 on the end. My third example has 2 negative numbers in it. So we must remember as we're doing this, if I multiply one of those negatives by a positive, I'll get a negative result. If I multiply both the negative numbers together, I will get a positive result. So here goes. Y multiplied by 3y is 3y squared. Y multiplied by minus 4 is minus 4y. Minus 6 multiplied by a positive 3y is minus 18y. And then minus 6 multiplied by minus 4 is a positive 24. And now to simplify, 3y squared minus 22y plus 24. This is a way of asking you to create a set of double brackets and then expand them to create a single expression. It simply says, work out an expression for the area of this rectangle. Now we know when we work out the area of a rectangle, we multiply together the width and the height. Let's assume that this is the width and this is the height. I need to multiply together not a number but 2 expressions. So I'm going to have to put them in brackets. The width of my rectangle is x plus 7. The height of my rectangle is x plus 5. So to multiply those 2 expressions together, I've got to multiply both of the terms in the brackets with each other. So x times x would give me x squared. X times 5 would give me 5x. 7 times x is 7x. And finally, 7 times 5 gives me 35. Simplifying now means I have x squared plus 12x plus 35. This is my expression for the area of the rectangle.